G'day guys, how you going? Hey, listen, I thought I'd do another video, another cinema build video. Listen, I wasn't actually going to even put this in my little playlist, but I think it's kind of noteworthy and important that I do so. Kind of, it's part of my whole cinema build thing, I guess. And, I can't really go any further because I want to do some insulation and throw wiring through power points and so forth. Not to mention, I can't even put a riser down until this wall is basically kind of, got insulation in it and enclosed with some plasterboard, etc. But I can't do that because it leaks like a son of a bitch. It's awful. You can look up there, you can see all those dribble marks. It's just terrible. The other day, and this is why it just came to a head, the other day it just thunderstormed massively. There's a huge wind and we were getting leaks all along there. It was terrible. I just had all my towels out. Not to mention that blue builder's paper. It was like a waterfall almost. Luckily water was basically going down behind the retaining wall there. But still, that's something that we have to address as well, because that's not even attempted to be watertight up there. Listen, there's a reason for that, and some of you might know that we are actually building this cinema underneath a massive deck, and that deck was supposed to be exposed when I built it 3 years ago. So I'll go outside and I'll show you. But it wasn't long before I decided I need this thing to be enclosed, and I did a half-hearted job at the time. I'll show you what I've done. Let me just turn around. But that's the deck up there. Have a look over there. That's the door that we just came out of, and my cinema is underneath. Now, it looks... Hey, listen, it's supposed to be a deck, but it is basically a house extension. It's more of a house extension than a deck. But yeah, so I really wanted to keep that ballast rail look with all that nice timber. But that's what I was doing, and you can actually see, if you look carefully, there's actually glass behind all of those vertical pieces of timber there. I thought I'll put glass behind there, that'll stop all the wind and a lot of the rain, and that worked to a degree, but still water does get in underneath. There's a rail, and I didn't really enclose that at all. Not to mention the windows, the big gaps up there. I wanted to put bifold windows along there. But I got a guy in, he gave me a quote and he said, listen mate, you're looking at almost $20,000 for alloy, and double it, so you're looking at almost 40,000 if you want timber. And it's not just that side of the deck, mind you. There's on the other side of the deck, it's another 8 meters, full on 8 meters of windows that need to go in. So there's a lot, there's 16 meters of windows. And I just went, there's no way I'm paying that much for windows. And I thought to myself, hey, listen, like everything, if I'm not going to pay for it, I'm going to see if I can make it myself or build it myself. So that's what I've decided to do. And I know these don't look great at the moment, but these here are casement windows that I've been buying on Gumtree and Marketplace, Facebook Marketplace. These are from our old Queenslander houses or post-war homes. They're like 60 years old. And they're great timber, great windows. They're very solid. That's like silky oak. And I've been picking these up. You buy these for $10, $5 even. People are giving them away. They're going into these old homes and pulling them out and putting these, modern alloy crappy looking windows on. And yeah, so I've been buying those to fit my space. And you can even, listen, I'll quickly give you a look here. I know this is messy, but this is my deck up here. And whenever we got storms and these windows weren't here, the entire area up here would just get drenched. So I had to do something, and that's why I did that. We have a kitchen over here. All of the stuff that you see there came from the dump. Every single thing. They're like $2,000, fridges. That sink was $1,350. All of that timber, that's just all, recycled timber from people's decks. I built all of this. It looks amazing. In fact, hang on. Hey Google, turn on the splashback lights. There you go. At night time, this place looks incredible. And yeah, even that range hood was a dump find. Google, Be quiet. Built these lights. But hey, listen, this isn't a video to show you this stuff, but I did want to show you there's all the rest of the windows behind those blinds. They have to be done too, and that's why my quote was so high. But there was no way I was paying that. So I decided to make my own bifolds, and so I've been, grabbing these casement windows because I need such a unique type of long one. But I'm almost there now. So I've got all my rails and so forth. I'll be building my own bifolds, but I'll do that another time, probably in a couple of years. I'd say, maybe, I don't know, we'll see. But yeah, at the moment they are definitely waterproof. No water is getting through there, but I'll show you how I've done this. This is just a bit of 50 by 50 alloy box that I bought, and I cut, this is about 15 mil. I cut that off one part of the alloy square, and that's the rest. That's the 35 mil up there. And I've just thought to myself, hey, listen, all I need to do is do that, and then I can lift these things in and out. So they're not even connected to each other. I can literally just grab this and on the other side and lift it in and out. So it's awesome. It's pretty easy, but hey, it's a bit time consuming when you want to expose your deck, but I don't really do that very much. But anyway, so with this video, what we're going to do is waterproof underneath my, basically waterproof my cinema. So what I've decided is all this stuff here, I'm getting rid of it. It cost me a lot of money and a lot of work, but I am going to knock all of those out, and I am going to just continue that cladding all the way up to the underside of this rail there. And then I can do my bifolds another time, or maybe even get somebody in to put normal windows in, sliders or something, I'm not sure. But that's the plan for this video, is to basically do that, basically clad that up. It means I'm going to have to cut this flooring, which is overhanging back to be flush, with these posts, and I'm going to have to frame it up and get some cladding and clad it, and I can do that. That's pretty easy. Now, I showed you that that side with the blue builder's paper downstairs. Well, that's what we got there. That's just terrible. That's no glass, nothing stopping rain getting in, apart from that bit of plastic signage that I found at the dump. So I will finally do this, and that will be solid. I'll do that like I've done at the ends there. We'll just use a bit of Villa board on this side. I was going to clad it, but my plumber was out the other day and he said, just use Villa board, mate, you don't even see it. And that makes sense. So I'm going to put some Villa board there. I've got quite a bit of that already, so that's great. So we'll do that. I think this little exercise is going to cost me, I don't know, 400, 500 bucks, but it'll be worth it. I mean, just the fact that I can be out, away from my home, is going to be great, because whenever we get a storm and I'm not home, man, all I do is want to get home, because I have to, be there for the leaks and so forth. So just peace of mind. That's what I'm trying to say. Peace of mind is going to be cool. So just to do this, I'm going to really miss those ballast rails. That was something that I really wanted, but hey, got to have to make sacrifices, and it's not a big sacrifice, I don't think. So that's what I'm going to do. I don't know what I'm going to do with those. I'm not throwing them out, but I was thinking about lining, putting them vertically in my cinema, where my, you can't really see through there, can you? Basically, I'm going to have like an arcade part over on the side there. I thought I might, cover the brick retaining wall with them. They're only like 800 mil high. And I know people are thinking about reflections and all of that, but hey, I'm not a massive, I don't really care about all of that kind of stuff. I do, but to a degree, but that's not going to be an issue. I don't care if the floor is made out of timber or whatever I put down there. Yeah, it's going to be fine. But listen, leave it with me. I'm going to go to the timber shop, the timber yard, grab some timber, come back. I've set up some horsies because I'm going to have to pre-paint this stuff, because it's going to be difficult to paint it afterwards. And we'll get started. So I'll see you soon. Alrighty, I'll just show you what we got here. Got a bit of a pleasant surprise as well. So there you go. So you can see all the water basically just was going down there. Crazy, eh? So yeah, that wasn't really helping. So what we're going to have to do. But what I've just discovered is this flashing. See this flashing down there? I've got to pull this off and bend that back lip upwards. But I thought it was 3 meters long, but it looks like it's actually got a joint in there, so it's going to be even easier. So hopefully that'll go very well. We'll take that down into the shop probably now, I think, and we will see if we can bend it. That's awesome. We'll save ourselves about 150 bucks. That timber, by the way, cost, oh, what did that cost? Just over 600. Let's have a look at this one. Yeah, this one's got screws in it as well, so I'm going to have to take these off. Damn it. Alright, change of plan. We're taking these ballast rails off, or at least the vertical parts. Oh, there we go, we got access. So as you can see, that's basically water's been dripping down there and going right in between there. There is some kind of sealant there, but I don't know if it's doing anything. So what I might do is actually clean that up a bit. I may even put a bit more silicone in this seam here, and yeah, that'll actually help in the future. But I have to pull out these roofing screws holding this bit of sheet down, and we have to fold this up that way. Whew. Okay. Yeah, but you need some ear protection when you actually hear your ears start ringing after one belt. Shit. I don't know, what do you think? Should we try and lift her up? Actually, maybe get on this side.
Yeah, I'd probably lock the timber down first.
You reckon? Yeah, I'll go get a straight edge.
Yeah. Lovely.
That should do it.
Work right along.
Work it along.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Maybe I should take it down and put it on my table on the, and put
Have
this
that down, yeah.
and vice it down.
Mm.
Oh, it might be a better way. Oh, it's almost there though.
Yeah.
Yeah, I might do that. Take this down. Oh, I did.
You'll find that cyclical up there.
It is, yeah.
Yeah.
I thought it was really flimsy. I was like, fuck, this is flimsy. The guy that I bought it, who helped serve me, it was like his second week there.
Okay.
I made an account with him.
Okay.
Didn't get any of this on it though. I would have got a 10% discount. Okay, update time. Oh, look at this beautiful view that I have now that I don't have those ugly windows there. This is what I originally wanted when I built this deck. I didn't want that door and I didn't want all these windows. I just wanted the view. But yeah, things change, I guess. But it's going to be amazing anyway. So you can see I haven't actually put the nails in yet. I've just stuck those, uprights in there. You can see the air compressor hose all the way going across the roof there. And we have our framing gun that I found at the dump. That's going to come in handy. I found 2 framing guns and a couple of other air guns, and probably, I got a bunch of them and they all worked, so I'm stoked. I'm pretty happy with that find. So we'll actually shoot these off. I'm only going to attach them at the bottom with the nails, the framing nails, but up the top I'll be putting batten screws in, and that's basically because I want to be able to lower this maybe. I'm not sure what the future holds, but I might actually get like a professional window person in and get him to do some sliding windows or whatever the latest fashion is. It's got to be cheaper than bifolds. And if I do that, I have a feeling I might want to actually lower that by, I don't know, 100 mil maybe. I'm not sure. But we'll see. But that's why I've done that. That's why I'm going to do that. Put some batten screws up the top. Thinking ahead. But you can see the flashing there. That was turned down the other way. A mate of mine came over. He's a plumber. And we stood on that and we flattened it out. And then we took it down to the shop. And we set it up with a little jig. And we, bent it back up. So that was awesome. And it turned out great. So I didn't have to buy any of that stuff. But gee, it was difficult to pull out. It was wrapped around an electrical conduit, and so it's all fixed up now. And being a plumber, he basically showed me exactly what I had to do at that little, you can see where that silicone is there. We got that done. We underlapped it and we left off, it's going to be watertight. So that's the main thing. No water will get in, at least on this side where the blue builder's paper is downstairs. This is finally going to be watertight. But for now, I've just got to get back into it. I've got to do this and finish this off before the sun goes down. So I'll talk to you later. There we go, it's solid. The framing verticals are in, nice. And I think I'm just going to keep going. I'm pretty tired. I mean, geez, the sun really knocks it out of you, hey. But yeah, I'll just do a little bit more. Might have to put these windows back. I don't think we're going to get any rain tonight, but we'll soon find out, I guess. But I'll just keep going. Alrighty, well, we're getting there. I forgot to take a bit of footage of me pulling this apart, but who cares? There you go, slowly getting there. This is just the back of the deck. That side that's really getting a lot of leaking and weather underneath in the cinema. Well, we pull the ballast verticals out, and I'll just frame this up now. Put some builder's paper on there, and we'll probably, I'll do that part over there tomorrow, and then we'll start putting the cladding on. But yeah, it's coming along. I might just set you down and you can kind of watch for a little while, and I might speed that up a bit. All right. Alrighty, second side. Let's do that side. We framed up this side over here. It's looking good. That paper's just kind of being held in by a couple of, it'll look really nice by the end of this. But yep, now I have to go over, remove those windows, just lift them out. There's glass behind those vertical, ballast rail parts, and I have to pull those out, knock those out, get rid of that bottom rail, leave the top rail, and basically frame it up. Oh, but what I've decided to do differently, see this kind of stop end there? Basically what I was going to do was actually just paint it. You can see on the outside here, it's continuing down to the bottom of the floor. I was just planning on painting that the same colour as the house and then butting the chamfer boards up against that. But now, no, what I've decided to do is actually cut it out. So I am going to cut basically that, remove the entire bottom section of that bit of timber, and then when I do the chamfer boards, I'm also going to remove those shorter chamfer boards that go to the end of the house. They're about 1 metre long. And yeah, I thought I'll actually start afresh. That way it won't look like a patch job, it will look like it's been done on purpose, and that's what I like. But for now, it's looking really good. I'm happy with my, my progress so far. I'm just going to set you up here. Oh, by the way, we've got Coming to America, #2, keeping us company. But yeah, I'm just going to start this, okay? I might just set you here and do some stuff. All right. Oh man, I love this. I love it without windows here. This is exactly what I wanted to have when I built this deck. I wanted these beautiful, massive open area window type things. Just no windows, that would have been fantastic. This killer view, beautiful view. But yeah, I had to close it up pretty quick when I decided to put a TV and a lounge in here and an outdoor kitchen. But anyway, at least we'll make some bifolds so that they actually open up and we'll get kind of the effect that I was after. Alright, let's get those bits of glass out of there. Morning, peoples. How are we? Early one today. What are we going to do today? I'll show you. Well, this is the plan at least. If we have a look up, you can see all that builder's paper. Well, I started this over 2 months ago. I just had a look back on my last video that I made where I pulled all these ballast rails off and did the framing for behind that builder's paper. And it was like 2 months ago, and are you serious? Yeah, I've been pretty busy. I've just put the builder's paper there. It seemed like it was going to keep things waterproof until I got back to it. And it was a really good thing. I mean, we've had some pretty decent rain and I haven't had any leaks. It's been great. You know, if you remember, the whole idea was to leak-proof my cinema down below, because what was happening was water was getting in up the top and going through the floor where that wall is and just dribbling down, and oh, it's just awful. But it seems to have fixed it. And up until, I should say, the last rain we had. The last rain we had, which was a couple of weeks ago, was cyclonic. It was really bad. I haven't seen anything that bad for many years. And we did get a few little drips coming through, dribbles. It wasn't as bad. It wasn't as bad as what it was before I did this, and we used to have just a moderate type of rain. I used to get a lot of water coming in. So yeah, it wasn't that bad, but it's kind of prompted me to pull my finger out and fix this up. I've also been waiting for a mate of mine to contact me and give us a hand. He said he would, but he isn't, so stuff that. I'll just do it myself. I don't like asking twice or begging people. That's why I try to fix everything. DIY is the way to go, I reckon. So I am going to do this today. I'm thinking, you can see how I kind of thought ahead. I wasn't sure what I wanted to do. When I put this builder's paper up, what I'd planned on doing was just continuing the cladding from where this metre long cladding finishes. I was just going to start it from, you know, that point there and take it across. But now I think I'm going to pull off these metre long pieces and start from the end. Otherwise, if I just leave it there, it's going to look like a patch job. You'll see a line, and yeah, I don't like that. So I'm going to see if I can pull all of these, you know, daggy 1 metre pieces off without damaging them. Hopefully I can, because it's expensive stuff, this stuff. I don't like my chances because this is pine. It's quite soft, and I use T-nails to bang them in. So yeah, we'll see. Otherwise, I think I'm going to be up for a couple of $100 more. I do have to go back and get some more of this cladding. I think I'm up for another metre, another couple of sticks. They're about 5.4 metres long each. In fact, if we look down the bottom here, that's the stuff that I bought months ago. I've already painted it, believe it or not. I will definitely have to paint it again once I stick it up and basically, you know, bog it up with a bit of putty where the nails go in. But at least I don't have to, you know, do another coat or two after that. So anyway, so that's a plan for today, guys. I'm just going to set up and do something. Hopefully I can lift these up by myself. Otherwise I'm going to have to go next door and get my mate to give us a hand. He said he would. I don't know what he's like time-wise today. So leave it with me. Be back soon. Alright. I've got some tools, like I'm missing a couple of small little pry bars and so forth. I'm still not sure how I'm going to get that off. Those boards, I think I'm going to be destroying a few of them at least. Got us a ladder. I'm just looking at this thing here, this H-beam. Don't like the looks of that very much. I don't want to fall off this ladder, and actually, I'll grab this, I think. It's better than nothing. Actually, now that I've got a 9-inch grinder again, I could probably cut that off. I don't need it there now. So, alright, I'm going to just start getting into this. I don't know where you guys are going to sit. I might actually just set you up down here, and you can kind of just watch. Well, that sucked. Seriously, like, there's no way I was going to get these chamfer boards off without splitting them all. The only reason I thought I might be able to is because my mate, the builder, told me that I could. There's just no way. I think he was mistaken. But I've got a couple to go. I might just do one more, or maybe I'll just leave it like that. But what I just noticed is this one down here, this very first one that spans the length of the house here, the length of the deck. I've had to cut the lip off that so that this floor could actually come out over the top of it. So that has to come off, and I have to replace this entire board. These boards, they're pretty expensive, so I think I'm looking at about $200 or $300. Anyway, I'm just glad that there's builder's paper behind there. I wasn't sure whether there was, because we had to put bracing ply, not bracing ply, yeah, bracing ply, the thin stuff behind there. So, but that's a good thing, so we don't need to worry about that. Alrighty, keep going. I'll just give you a bit of an update. This is taking a lot longer than I thought. You can see this this board that I have to take off. I've been really lucky. I've managed so far to get the entire board off without cracking it. Now remember, the reason I'm taking this off is because it doesn't have, let me just fix this gimbal, it doesn't have a lip, and I can't place the next board on top of it. So what I'm really hoping is if I can get this off, you know, by the time I've put the boards up here and I've got right up to the top there, then I might be able to use this board on the top, and I won't have to spend, I don't know, what is it? I can't remember, so it's about 5.4 meters, and I'm pretty sure this stuff's about $8 or $9 a meter. So that'll save me a bit of cash. I'm hoping that'll be big enough to kind of be the last board that I need for the top there. So keep plodding along. I'll get this one off. I'm pretty sure this will come off quite nicely. I still have to do a bit of bogging and so forth, but that's all right. I'll keep going, but we're getting there. Well, we're getting there. We're getting there. I'm ready to start cladding by the looks of things. This has taken me hours, but I am a very slow worker, I have to admit. Just give you a look. I'm happy with that. I'm not sure how I'm going to do this on my own, but I'll work something out. I just asked old mate next door. He said he'd pop round if I needed him. I think I'll be able to get the first board on because I can basically just measure. I think measuring is going to be the hardest part, but I think I can do the first board because it's basically I just have to a carbon copy of the one that I took off, so I'll just measure that, stick it up, and off we go. But yep, all right, that's it. I'm just going to put you down on the stool again, and you can just watch, I guess. All right, well, things just got a lot more difficult. Turns out I have to rip each one of these boards, the entire length of the board, by about something like 10 mil, I think. That's if I want the boards to fit evenly underneath that sill, that window sill up there. They have to be about 10 mil, not as wide. So that really sucks. Oh, that sucks. I remember now, my builder, when he was building the deck, he actually, around the other side, around this side here, the chamfer boards, he made those so that it married up with my house chamfer boards, which were like 40 years old. So he ripped each one down. So I kind of admired him when he did it back then, but now I kind of wish he hadn't. So I guess he's a bit of a perfectionist like myself, so I can't blame him. But yeah, I'm not sure. I'm to definitely get somebody else to help me. That was my neighbour helping me just before, and he'll be working tomorrow. So I'll work it out. Maybe get my dad, although I don't want him up a ladder because he's just broken his arm and it's just out of cast. So I'll figure it out. All right, you just go over to the ladder and I'll pass it to you. Oh, it's upside down. All right, hang on a sec. Sit hard up against that. Pulling it down. Looking good at your end?
In line with the little mark, is it?
No, no. Well, it will be once we put the next board on. In fact, you can climb down if you like. I just want to go and make sure that the other, it doesn't matter. I just want to see how it lines up now that we've done that. Actually, yeah. See, we didn't do that. I've already put one board up yesterday. I should have ripped that down. I didn't even think about it. See that? That does.
Yep.
Now, if we get another piece and see how much I have to rip the next board down, like this one here. Not much, maybe 3 mil.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, not much at all. It's going to be difficult to kind of rip that down. Well, in fact, I might be able to just do one pass with the planer. Just one pass is 3 mil. Yeah, that'll be fine. See, that's good. I'm glad I did that with it. Actually, can you pass me that paintbrush? Oh, it doesn't matter. This is all running. I'll just use my finger. Oh, okay, so I'll just bang these off quickly. Nice. I'm pretty sure that'll be fine. So I'm going to go across and put 2 nails. I'll probably get, oh hang on, I'll get 1 there and one, yeah, that'll be all right. Okay, so it's the following day. And I'm just about done. Thanks to Dad. Dad came over, was a trooper, and man, he helped a lot. I couldn't have done it without him. And the best part is we ran out of boards. I needed another 2 boards. And Dad said, well, let's go and get them. It was pretty late, and I was like, let's do it tomorrow. And he said, no, I'll pay for it. And I went, okay, let's go. So we went and he paid for a couple more boards. That's them down here. I have to paint these up before I do anything to those. But at least I should be able to, well, definitely should be able to finish this off on my own now. I don't need to jump on ladders. I can actually kind of manage it myself. I think I can get the boards up there and hold them outside the window and position them and bang them off. But let's quickly go up. It's looking really good. Oh man, I mean, gee, it looks really cool. So, in fact, this next board's going to be tricky because I have to basically notch it out. And what I was thinking, I'm going to do a couple of square holes. I've got this new drill bit that does square holes, believe it or not. It's hard to believe. Everyone that I've mentioned says that it's impossible, but I've got it. So check that out. I'll be doing that hopefully in the next few minutes on this video. We'll see what happens. But it looks good. Pretty happy with it. So once this is all done, downstairs in my cinema will be nicely waterproofed. Like you know, downstairs the walls are basically like this wall here. Just means downstairs now in the cinema I can, you know, put some insulation in there and not worry about it getting wet and soggy. I can put the wall on, the plasterboard, and do all of that kind of stuff. This has really been kind of preventing me from going any further. So awesome, that's fantastic. But it's looking great. Oh, the other thing is, if you can have a look at this post, can you see this post here? Well, I noticed in the last cyclonic weather we had that water was actually dribbling, getting through where that post is downstairs in the cinema. And I didn't know exactly how, but if we have a look on the other side here, I've just noticed this handrail is actually being notched out. You can see some cracks there, can't you? I reckon water was probably, there wasn't much, like there was just a few drops here and there dribbling, and I reckon the water was getting into there. This paper might have been here, but I was feeling it, and it does actually curve out towards this way, so it was definitely getting down inside there. So I'll have to get some silicone and kind of put that around there. I hear you can get coloured silicone. I didn't even know you could get different colours, so that's going to be cool. So it's looking good. I'm happy with my progress. I'm just going to get back into it now. I have to go down, paint those boards down the bottom there, and put them on. Just to let you know, I might be pre-painting them, but I am going to go over once I've because I only tacked these in with Bradder nails, just the lightweight nails. So I'm going to actually go through and bang these off with probably some bullet heads manually. I was going to buy a dedicated T-nailer, but it seems a bit stupid just to do a few boards, so I'll just do them manually, putty them up because I'll countersink them, and then I will sand it back and just sand the nail heads, the nail putties back, and then I'll paint it, give it another coat. Just means I don't have to do like another 2 coats, so that's cool. And it just means I can take my time as well, because I'm probably not going to paint it straight away. Looks good just like it is. All right, let's get back into it. Well, there we go, all done, finally finished. That took like 3 days work, believe it or not. Man, for a normal builder, I know they'd knock it off in a few hours, but for me, I work very slowly because my work, I like to be as spot on as I can, and this is pretty spot on. I'm incredibly happy, especially that top board. I was stressing about that, and I got it in there, and it fits perfectly. But that's it. That's a wrap, I guess. The next thing I have to do is the doorway. I'll do a proper door this time. We'll build it in properly. There's no door jamb on that one up there, so I'm going to do a door jamb and all of that kind of stuff and make it look perfect. And then we'll bring some chamfer boards over the top of the door. Later on in the year, I'll do some videos where I'm building a bifold window. I got quoted, believe it or not, $40,000 to put bifold windows on my deck. That's for this side and the windows that wrap around the other side. They said 15 to 20,000 for aluminium windows. And then they said if you want timber ones, double it. And I was like, no way. So I'll make my own. I'm going to use the casement windows that I've been collecting for like $5 or $10 each. We're going to make them into, well, hopefully turn them into bifold windows, see how they look. And we'll do it for probably a few $100. How good is that? But there we go. I'm happy with that. I'd like to thank you for watching. Please like, comment and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one.